Welcome to the Copperfield Electric Podcast. There is a very specific, deeply unsettling silence that hits your house the exact second the power goes out.
Oh, absolutely. It's jarring.
Right. You lose that ambient hum of modern life, like the refrigerator cycling, the central AC, even just the subtle whir of electronics.
Yeah, and the mental clock starts ticking almost immediately.
It really does.
You're sitting there in the sudden quiet, and your mind just immediately jumps to the stakes. You start wondering, how long are the groceries in the fridge going to last before they spoil?
Or is the sump pump in the basement going to fail and just let water flood in?
Exactly. The baseline comfort of your home just kind of evaporates,
Yeah.
and you're left doing this really stressful mental inventory of your vulnerabilities.
Which is awful. And that initial panic is exactly what we are dismantling today in this deep dive.
We really are.
We're unpacking a crucial survival strategy for the modern homeowner, which is how to keep the lights on and the AC running when the grid entirely fails.
Because it will fail.
Right, it's inevitable. So today, our sources include a really practical guide by Shiva. It's called Choosing the Right Generator Size for Your Home.
A great resource, by the way.
Oh, totally. And because, theory only gets you so far, we are pairing that guide with the service details of Copperfield Electric. They're a highly trusted electrical service right out of Orange County.
Yeah, so the overarching mission of this deep dive is to transition you, the listener, from feeling helpless in the dark to being, a perfectly prepared homeowner.
Exactly. But before we dive into the heavy machinery of generators, we really first need to establish who you trust with your home's power.
Because you can't safely navigate power issues without a reliable professional on your side.
No, you really can't. And the worst time to start vetting an electrical professional is in the pitch black.
Yeah.
At midnight, when you're just desperate.
Oh, yeah. You are incredibly vulnerable in that reactive state.
Right. You might agree to exorbitant prices or unnecessary repairs simply because you want the lights back on.
Which is precisely why establishing a relationship with a fully licensed, bonded, and insured business, specifically under license number 1094740, is just the non-negotiable first step.
Yeah, that's Copperfield Electric's license.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at their background, it's actually really impressive. They're a family-owned business operating across Southern California.
They cover a massive area, right?
Literally everywhere. Irvine, Anaheim, Santa Ana, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach.
Laguna Beach, Mission Viejo. The list goes on.
It does. And their diverse offerings really reflect how complex modern homes are. They don't just fix outlets. They do residential and commercial installations, EV chargers.
Oh, the EV chargers are huge right now.
Massive. Plus, panel upgrades, ADU wiring, and crucially for this deep dive, they offer 247 emergency services.
Which is exactly what you
Yeah. It's kind of like having a trusted doctor on speed dial,
I like that analogy.
Well, you don't want to be desperately Googling for a 24-hour electrician when the power is already out. It's so much better to know Copperfield Electric's ethos beforehand. They guarantee 100% satisfaction.
And what's fascinating here is their focus on honest troubleshooting.
Oh, yeah, explain that a bit.
So they explicitly state they only diagnose a problem if it truly exists. And that matters so much in the broader context because electrical maintenance isn't just about fixing broken things.
Right. It's preventative.
Exactly. Proper troubleshooting actually prevents catastrophic failures before they happen. It saves you money in the long run.
It really does. So, okay, now that we have our trusted professionals in place, let's transition to the hardware itself.
The fun stuff.
Right. What are the actual options for keeping a house powered? The source breaks down the generator landscape into 3 distinct tiers.
Yeah, so the first tier mentioned in the blog post is portable generators.
The ones most people picture, probably.
Exactly. They are flexible, but they're generally lower capacity, and they require a lot of manual setup.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because the natural inclination for someone looking to secure their home is to find the path of least resistance, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like, why wouldn't everyone just buy a cheap portable generator from a big box store and call it a day?
Right.
Do I really need a permanently installed standby unit?
Well, the source points to a few key factors for choosing a generator that answer exactly that. You have to consider the frequency and duration of outages in your specific area.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, you have to factor in noise and space restrictions and even your fuel type preferences. Like, do you want to deal with natural gas or diesel?
Right, because hauling diesel or gas cans around at 2 a.m. doesn't sound fun.
No, it's terrible. So the choice represents a balance between convenience and capacity. A portable unit might keep your fridge cold for a few hours, but for multi-day outages, the logistics just break down.
And they are so loud.
Insanely loud. Which brings us to the second tier from the source, inverter generators.
Okay, I've heard of these. They're supposed to be much quieter, right?
Quiet, fuel-efficient, and uniquely safe for sensitive electronics.
Wait, really? Why are they safer for electronics?
Because conventional generators have fluctuations in their engine speed, which causes voltage spikes. An incandescent light bulb doesn't care, but the microprocessors in your laptop or your smart fridge.
Oh, they'll get fried.
Exactly. Inverter generators filter that power, so it's a perfectly smooth electrical wave.
Wow. Okay. Good to know. And then the third tier is the home standby generators.
To heavy hitters.
Yeah, the guide says these are permanently installed, they hook right into your natural gas line, and they automatically kick on during an outage.
Zero human intervention required.
That's the dream. But answering that question about which one to get naturally leads to the core problem of this deep dive, which is capacity. How do you actually figure out how much power you need?
Well, the source explicitly notes that listeners must add up their running watts.
Running watts, okay.
Yeah, it's the continuous power required to keep an appliance operating. You have to add up the running watts of your essential appliances. The blog specifically calls out sump pumps, water heaters, and central air conditioning.
The really power-hungry stuff.
Exactly. And the golden rule from the blog is that overestimating is far safer than underestimating.
You know, it kind of reminds me of packing a suitcase for a trip.
How so?
Well, you have to categorize what you absolutely must take, like your essential appliances, versus what you can just live without.
Right. Well,
And just like packing, you always want a little extra room in the bag, you know? Like buying a slightly bigger generator ensures all your critical devices can function simultaneously without bursting the seams.
that's a perfect analogy. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, getting this math right is so crucial.
Because it's not just about comfort, right?
Exactly. It's not just about keeping the TV on. Proper sizing physically protects your sensitive appliances from damage.
Wait, an undersized generator can actually damage my appliances?
Oh, absolutely. If a motor isn't getting enough voltage, it draws excess current, overheats, and destroys itself. So getting the right size reduces fuel waste, lowers operational costs, and literally saves your appliances.
That is wild. Okay, so let's say you've selected your generator and you've done the math for the running watts. The hardware is sitting in your yard.
You're halfway there.
Right. But can you just plug everything in? This transitions us to the critical, non-negotiable step of safety and professional installation.
Yes, the transfer switch.
The transfer switch. The guide introduces this, and I want to talk about it because it's vital.
It safely connects the generator to the home's electrical system, and it prevents what the source calls backfeeding hazards.
Right. And the source mandates consulting a licensed electrician, which ties right back to Copperfield Electric for professional installation and code compliance.
Because it requires proper planning. You can't just guess with this stuff.
No, you can't. And here's where it gets really interesting, because I think it pushes back against this modern DIY culture we have.
Oh, big time. People watch one video and think they're an electrician.
Exactly. People might think they can just run some extension cords from the yard into the house, but the source makes it clear that avoiding proper installation invites dangerous overloads and accidents.
I strongly agree with that. The transfer switch is literally what makes the entire system safe and seamless.
What actually happens if you don't use one? Like, what is backfeeding?
So a generator is a serious piece of machinery, right? If you illegally plug a generator directly into a wall outlet to power your house, that electricity flows backward.
Backward out to the street?
Yes, out of your panel, through the meter, and onto the neighborhood grid. And the transformers on the street take that power and step it up to thousands of volts.
Oh my God. So a utility worker fixing the lines.
Could be hit with lethal high-voltage electricity coming from your portable generator.
That is terrifying.
It is. Avoiding backfeeding is paramount for the safety of your home and the safety of the workers on the grid. The transfer switch physically severs the connection to the street when the generator is running.
It essentially makes your house an isolated island of power.
Exactly.
So to summarize this whole journey, keeping the lights on requires knowing a reliable 24/7 team like Copperfield Electric before the emergency happens.
Step one, absolutely.
Step 2 is understanding the difference between portable, inverter, and standby generators.
Step 3 is calculating your exact running watts.
And step 4 is ensuring safe operation with the transfer switch. I mean, it really echoes Copperfield Electric's motto, "You've got enough worries, let us take care of the lights."
It's a great motto. Taking these steps today means total peace of mind tomorrow when the grid inevitably fails.
It really does. But before we go, we want to leave you with a final thought-provoking question drawn directly from the source's FAQs, something for you to mull over.
Yeah, so the sources mention that inverter generators are amazing for fuel efficiency and sensitive electronics, right?
Right.
But they raise a lingering question. Can an inverter generator actually run something as massive as central air conditioning?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It is. So take a walk around your house today, look at your heaviest appliances, and ask yourself what your absolute non-negotiables are during a blackout.
Figuring that out is the first real step to keeping the lights on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.